Last class you have learned structure of transcription unit. In this class we will see transcription unit and gene, transcription in prokaryotes and eukaryotes. Let's see transcription unit and gene. In this we will see few terms of transcription unit. They are cistron, exon and intron. You know gene is the structural and functional unit of inheritance. These are genes located on the DNA. Here cistron means a segment of DNA or RNA that contains the genetic code for a single polypeptide. The structural genes are of two types. First one is monocistronic gene. In this, only one cistron is present in one transcription unit. Monocistronic gene present mostly in eukaryotes. Next one is polycistronic gene. In this, many cistrons are present in most of the bacteria and prokaryotes. Monocistronic genes have two parts. They are exons and introns. Let's see one by one. First one is exons. In this, sequences that code for a particular character and is expressed in a matured and processed messenger RNA. In introns, interrupting sequences that do not appear in a mature and processed messenger RNA. Let's see transcription in prokaryotes. The enzyme responsible for transcription in prokaryotes is DNA-dependent RNA polymerase. This enzyme catalyzes the transcription of all types of RNA, that is tRNA, messenger RNA and rRNA. Now we will see the three stages of transcription. It involves initiation, elongation and termination. In this, RNA polymerase binds to promoter and initiate transcription. This is termed as initiation. It uses nucleoside triphosphates as substrate and polymerases in a template dependent fashion following the rule of complementarity. It also facilitates opening of helix and continuous elongation. Once the polymerase reaches the terminator region, the nascent, that means recently formed RNA, falls off. So also the RNA polymerase. This results in termination of transcription. The RNA polymerase only capable of catalyzing the process of elongation. It associates to pass over with initiation factor and terminator factor to initiate and terminate the transcription respectively. Since the messenger RNA does not require any processing to become active, the transcription and translation takes place in the same compartment. Many times the translation can begin much before the messenger RNA is fully transcribed. As a result, transcription and translation can be coupled in bacteria. Let's see transcription in eukaryotes. In bacteria, since the messenger RNA does not need to be processed, since transcription and translation occur in the same cell compartment, the two processes can occur simultaneously. Also, RNA polymerase catalyzes transcription of all kinds of RNA. Eukaryotes, however, differ and show two main complexities. There are three types of RNA polymerases. RNA polymerase 1 that transcribe ribosomal RNA. Type 2 that transcribe a precursor of messenger RNA. Heterogeneous nuclear RNA, that is hnRNA. RNA polymerase 3rd that transcribes tRNA and small nuclear RNAs, that is snRNA. The primary transcripts in eukaryotes is non-functional since it contains exons and introns. It undergoes splicing. a process that removes introns and joins the exons together in a specific order. The precursor hnRNA undergoes additional processing called capping and tailing. In capping, an unusual nucleotide is added to the 5' end of the hnRNA. In tailing, adenylate residues are added at 3' end in a template. Capping and tailing protect the mRNA from degradation by the activity of digestive enzymes present in the cytoplasm. It is the fully processed hnRNA, now called messenger RNA, that is transported out of the nucleus for translation process. Let's see the significance of complexities. They are: the split gene arrangements represent an ancient feature of genome. The process of splicing represents the dominance of RNA world.